Alright, so I am looking at Blender 2.8, the beta, and what I'm going to do is a simple ball bounce animation because I saw somebody else do one working with the new 2D Grease Pencil um, tool, and they had some issues, and I think I know how to fix those, at least the ones they mentioned. So we're going to go to 2D animation. See, brand new, fancy 2D stuff. And like I said, I'm just going to do a ball bounce. Hopefully, if I can get everything to work the way I want it to. So, first things first, lots and lots of stuff to look at. The problems I saw specifically that they had was coloring. They couldn't figure out how to fill the colors, which is kind of weird. Took me a second to figure that out. And moving the frames, which is a little weird and a little different than it used to be. So I'm just going to start. We are on draw and scroll black. That should work just fine. I'm going to draw a ball. Now to move forward. Now where's the onion skinning? I need to make sure that's on. Onion skin is on. Okay. I'm not used to all the new settings. It's a horrible circle. I'm not a great artist. I'm not a great animator. I'm not particularly great with Blender. But I have been using it, 2.79 mostly, because I didn't really want to learn all the new shortcuts. So, there we go. I have 12 frames of animation. Ding, 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 ding. And so far so good, right? Now, there are lots of ways I could go through and edit each one. I don't really care if the balls are stupid looking. But right now, I'm going to set down here the end frame to 24, because I think it defaults animation to 24 frames per second, which is good. That's what it should do. We're just going to hit play and watch the ball bounce. Right? See? Works just fine. Now, let's go back to the beginning. And let's color all these in. So, problem that the lady I saw, which I think was Lavender Town, they did a review of free animation software. They liked Blender, but they had some issues with it. And one of the issues they had was that if you just click on the fill bucket and you click fill, all it does is like darken the line, but that's because it's trying to fill it in a way that's not what most artists would expect. So I'm going to undo that with Control Z. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a new material. So here's the problem that they were having, is you have this black outline material and a red outline material and then a gray fill material. And that's sort of the important difference. So I'm going to make a new one. So we get this. No. Oops. It's material. Oh yeah. We're gonna add a new color. Right, little plus sign. New material. We should probably name it something other than material. Let's go with blue, because it's gonna be blue. I want the stroke color to be black. I guess that's fine. And the field color, why is that black? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I know I made a red one before. Still. Solid. RGB. Color. Oh, there we go. Can't be black and color. Anyways, so it's with the bucket selected and our new color. I said I was going to make it blue and I made it red anyways. And I'm just clicking in each one, filling it in with that material, and that's what makes the big difference there. Okay, all 12 of our frames beautifully colored in red. And so now I'm going to go through and move these frames, because it doesn't make sense to have 24 frames and only 12 frames of animation. So I'm just going to go through and space these out. Oh, not that button. Blender used to left click everything or right click everything. I don't know. They've adjusted it. Anyways, so you click this, right? And you just click that one, and we're going to drag him over to 24. And I'm just left clicking the thing. Oop. When they're really tight like that, it makes it kind of hard to select the one that you want. I do like that it's auto picking the whole thing and not moving just some. Like, because you can see it's divided into two layers, like the stroke layer and the fill layer. I feel like, it would be very frustrating if it was just moving one of them at a time. There's probably a way to do that if you wanted to. I don't know what it is. These are spaced out terribly. But now, see, we've spaced everything out a little bit. We'll hit play, and our ball is just going to cutely bounce. So, like it says, 2D animation in Blender is new and different. It's going to take some time for everyone to learn. The whole reason that I'm making this is because, the most important thing for this transition to 2.8 is for new tutorials and new content to help everyone adjust and move forward, right? There are a lot of animators out there who don't use Blender just because it seems really complicated, but the easier we make it for everyone to learn, the better it will be for everyone, and the better it will be for the community. So, thank you for watching. If you know how to do this better, feel free to tell me. And if you learned anything, that would be nice to know as well. Thanks. Bye.